Sheridan Trust and Savings Bank. It's on Broadway in Lawrence. Now it's the Uptown.
What did you do?
And then stocks and bonds. I was sell. People would buy them. Well, I'd write it out for them. The store. We lived upstairs at the store, and we ate in the back. But it is. Well, we had it for 10 years. We were held up there 4 times.
Oh my God! By gunmen?
Yeah. Grandma was held up 3 times.
Oh my God!
I was working at the CTA at the time. We were held up so many times. Grandma wouldn't open the store. As soon as it got dark, she closed up. Then early in the morning, she wouldn't open up until it got light. So we were there maybe 4 or 5 hours a day. There was another store right across the street of us, a grocery delicatessen. They took away all our business. Well, a friend of Dave Mankoff, his girlfriend was a friend of Ann's. So she introduced me to her, and I started going out with her. I wasn't serious, so every time we wanted to go out, I'd call her up. Are you available? Maybe I would go out every week. We'd go out maybe every month or every 2 months, because I wasn't serious about going out with girls. I went out with this. The 4 men went out. They wanted to go out with girls, so he'd get his girlfriend to call somebody else. But I stuck with Ann. Well, I had a ring. I am on the ring, a gold ring, that was given to me by my aunt. That was on my 13th birthday.
Oh.
Then I started going out with Ann. Her birthday, on my birthday, she gave me a fountain pen, and I'd give her, and I think then I gave her the ring. Then I knew I was serious. Introduced me to her family. That's where I met Joey. He was 13 years old. I was 23 at the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember him then. He was just a child.
Aunt Irene, Grandpa Irv, and Grandma Ann at the beach.
What were you saying?
Never a bad word about anybody. She was an angel. She is an angel. I really believe it. Well, just before the war started, they had monitors in the streets. They used to come over to every house, be sure that the windows are closed tight, and put a blanket over the windows. They were afraid of bombs. Well, I put a blanket, but such a thin one that you could see through the red blanket. You could see the redness outside. The next day, the monitor came over to me. He says, it was all lit up that night. I was going to grammar school, and we had a book with a picture of the Kaiser, Wilhelm Hohenzollern. There was a picture of him. So the kids got together and tore out the picture and tore it all up. The next day, the principal said, you shouldn't have torn that out. You would have pasted an American song over it. After World War II, I had a car. I had to sign up to get gasoline. And I was allowed just so much gas per week. I had more than a lot of people because I had a store. I had to go shopping for goods for the store.
Right.
They sort of gave me more, but still not enough where I could go out driving Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. I worked at CTA, which I got in 1941. So I had a steady job. And I still had the store for, but closing it up gradually. For the first year, I saved every penny I had that I made the CTA. But gradually we started getting held up so many times So we started closing. Pretty soon, closed it up altogether. The people I knew weren't dying of hunger. Everybody had cars. We had telephones, bathtubs. I didn't have that when I was a child. I couldn't go back to it. It's impossible to go back to doing a living. We were several times. We had arguments. Went out with an Italian boy. I said, well, how about Jewish boys? Well, there's no Jewish boys in the neighborhood that we lived in when I had the store.
Aunt Irene, Grandpa Irv, Grandma Ann, and Little Ruthie. Auntie Frida, Zadie Arn, Little Ruthie in front of Grandpa's store.
His life, my mother, at age 4.
Yeah,
Car?
sure, that's my car.
What kind of car was that?
Ford.
Wow. This is Grandpa driving his bus, the Cicero bus. And someone took that, and years later they gave him the picture. It's my mom and her brother, Bobby, my Uncle Bobby. You're in a rowboat. Where was this, in Lincoln Park?
Uncle Bobby's high school graduation picture. How handsome.